Hey there, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today we are going to be in search of anything, any remnants of an old amusement park that used to be right here, right in the area I live in the far northeast Philly. And it was a long time ago, so I don't know if there's going to be anything. Even if we find like a piece of concrete, like a slab in the ground, I will feel vindicated for having gone into the woods to look for this. Right now, where we are is not far from where that chimney is in the woods behind Holy Family College. I think it's Holy Family. And I figured I'd go check on the chimney because it's been a little while, and I know things have gotten very overgrown this year. So I'm just curious to see, if there's any changes, if it's still standing, if parts of it fell down, I don't know. So we'll go check that out first. But the amusement park that I spoke of, the entrance to that was actually right where the bus stop is, near Frankford and Knights. Yeah, Frankford Ave and Knights Road. And it's right where the little turnaround was for the 66 trolley. And I think a lot of other buses go there now too. But that was where the entrance of it was. It was called Torresdale Park. And it was made by the founder of Morrell Park, Edward Morrell. So these are the same woods. So I figured we could start in these woods and then see if we could work our way back. Now I know the last time I was here, the path going up that way was obstructed by a big tree that came down, and I'm determined to get through. So if we can't get through this way, I will go back and park over by Knights of Frankfurt, and I will go behind the bar there, and that's how I'll go in. Now I tried going in there once before, quite some time ago, and it was wintertime, and I couldn't get through because of all the thorns and everything like that. So we'll see if I can get through this time. But I'm determined. I gotta get in there. I gotta see, even if it's just like a little tiny piece of concrete, then that's been there since 1880 is when the park opened. It opened in 1880 and it went until 1912, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'll look at that if I find anything, or once I get closer to there. So anyway, let's go take a look at this chimney. And here we are. Now first, when I saw those stones over there, I'd forgotten about the structure that was here too. I thought, oh no, the chimney's down. It's not. It's still here. Now once again, well, apparently a party spot, but once again, this chimney was part of a Boy Scout lounge, or not lounge, but it's a Boy Scout house, we'll say, that some contractors and the local Boy Scout troop had constructed. And that was their chimney. And this is where the building was. And it was right on Pequesson Creek. We gotta look at Pequesson Creek. We always do. It looks different in every section you go to. Here, it happens to be extremely clear. I guess because the low flow of the creek itself. But I know down that way, it gets really, really deep. But here, not so much. And just as a frame of reference, this is the hill I came down. So it's a little steep. I didn't mention anything, but I was afraid I was going to slip. I did not. I also did not going up it. But things don't look too overgrown here as in comparison to other times that I've been here. You can see this was obviously the corner of the structure, and obviously this tree was not there at the time because it would be right in the house. I don't know, maybe it was. I don't think it was. I remember seeing an article, an old article, and I can't remember the year that it was made, maybe back in the 40s. So it was like an old worn out article, and it showed a couple pictures, and I don't think there was a tree in the middle of the structure. So now, I don't know if this, yeah, there's a path that goes down here. Okay. we'll see where this takes us. Oh, is it a path? It is not. Let's see, is there anything down here? No. Not unless I can walk on water. Alright. So the only place to continue onward that way, which is going towards where the entrance was that I spoke of to the theme park, is to go back to where I first came into these woods. And there's a little trail that goes off and it goes up that direction, so I'm gonna get back there. And as you can see, this path is a little overgrown, but not much. I know it was a lot more open the other times that I had come here. Also, a little trivia with the college being right off this way, or I should say left off this way. Bad joke, I know. I believe, if I remember correctly, in doing my research on the owners of Sorobia, the garden that the other volunteers and I had resurrected, Robert and Sarah Logan. I believe Sarah Logan's parents used to own the land that is that college now, and that was where their house was. Also where Robert Logan had sculpted that one sundial that's next to the chessboard. The one that doesn't have a face on it. Alright, so up that way is where I came in. That's where my car is parked. And this is the path that goes off. And we'll just see how far we can get. As I said, I came here some time ago and was only able to go so far because there was like a really big down tree and a bunch of thorn bushes and stuff like that. So I don't know how far we'll get, but we're gonna give it a shot going this way. So I got up to this point, which the very first time I was here, I think there was a path that went off this way around this little bit of hump of dirt. But I think that there was a tree here, which would stand to reason for the crater. I don't know where it would have gone, if it got washed away or something. But I can see another tree down that way. So this is not passable, and you could barely see the bottom of the creek right here. So that's probably pretty deep right there. So there's no hope of crossing that way, but I did see a couple of paths that go off this way. So I came from that way. It's a little bit of a path that goes through here, and yes, as always, covered head to toe in deep woods off, because I'm not messing with ticks. Alright, so I don't think I can get through this way. You know what I neglected to do is I neglected to find a stick. So I'm on the lookout for that as well. Alright. Time to go back up this trail and see if there's another offshoot. Okay, so I went back up that path, and here I am back at the asphalt. Let's see. If there's no offshoot here, I may have to walk along the woods. I was looking as I was driving up. I didn't see any paths. Doesn't mean that there isn't any though. So I'm gonna walk down there, and I'm gonna turn this off because it's really bright out there. The sun is very bright today, so it probably won't be good footage. But I'll be right back. I didn't have to go far, and I found a little alcove here. Apparently some kind of horseshoe pits or something like that. So you got one here, one back there. But there's some trails going off of here, so we might be in luck. I still haven't located a stick yet, and I really could have used it right there because I just walked right into spider webs. Go figure. Alright, I'm going down a hill, so you know I'm going to keep taking video. I just hope I can find my way out of here. Alright, there does seem to be a trail that continues on down. To where, I don't know. But hopefully in the correct direction. More spider webs. All right. I remember this tree. Only because of how unique it looks with all the bumps and everything. It's like completely different than the other two trees. So we're now, pretty sure we're now on the other side of where I came to a standstill. And while the trail does get thin here, oh, it gets really thin, actually. Oh, I don't want to duck under there if I don't have to. Let's see. I see somewhat of a beach there. Maybe I can get around it that way. It is a nice drop down. Okay, so here's the situation. I'm gonna have to climb down, which means I'm gonna have to climb up on the way back. I know, duh. All kinds of termites running around on this, on this branch I was hanging on to there. But hey, I didn't have to duck under all that nastiness in there. Yeah, I remember being on this beach the first time I was here, and it got kind of cut short because there was a couple of young women walking around, and I didn't want them to think I was being creepy and filming them. I was just filming the location, obviously. And as I said before, when you're walking along the Question Creek and you got these sandy areas here, you should always keep a lookout at where you're stepping. First off, because of glass, but secondly, you might find a Native American spearhead. It's always possible. All along the Question Creek, Native American tribes. Well, hell. I can't go any further. I don't think going over onto this tree is going to help, because then that'll put me on the other side of the creek, which actually is where I might want to be. I see a heron. Alright, a truck just farted. But I see a heron way down there. He was walking around. I don't think I could get onto this island if I wanted to. I mean, I could get onto this part, but I don't think I could go any further. You can see it gets a little deeper here. The fish are a little bigger. Check out all the little fish. Seems like they're all camera shy. So anyway, I'm gonna backtrack down here. I'm gonna see if there's anywhere I can sneak in there, and I'll be right back. See, now I'm back where I did climb down, and I could easily cross to the other side and walk along the Question Creek on that side, but I don't think that's where I want to be. At some point, because this is on the other side of this, well, the far side is 95, and before that is Mill Street, I think it is, Mill Street, Mill Road. And there are buildings and businesses on that side of the creek down that way. So I don't think that way is the way I want to go. I want to stay on the side that has nothing, that has never had anything in it except for the theme park. So I've got to cross back over here, get back up, and of course I'm rolling. Not easy to do, holding a water and a camera and trying to keep your balance, but I did it. So, absolute worst case scenario, if I cannot get through here, which I don't think I can, but if I cannot get through here, then I will just go park over by Frankford and Knights, and I'll go into the woods from behind the bar there. What's that called? Taggart's or something like that? Because I don't see it really going much further there. Because if it did, then there would be a path out that way, and I didn't see any. So I guess, unless I find another path, which there were multiple paths going off of that, where the horseshoe pits were, but I'm not sure if we took the further left one or the middle one. I'll find out when we get up there. And if there's another one as I'm going up on the right, then I'll trek down that one a little bit and see if it's even worth filming. If not, then the next time you see me, I'll be heading for the woods behind that bar. So here we are at the SEPTA turnaround here at Knights in Frankfurt, roughly. And I think where this building was used to stand one of the last buildings that was on the property. They moved it over here when this first became a turnaround for the 66 trolley long, long ago. And somewhere right here was the main entrance. Now, maybe it wasn't this far back. I don't know. As you can hear the SEPTA bus in the background, but somewhere right around here was the main entrance, and it's the only picture I can find of Torresdale Park is a picture of the front entrance. Keeping in mind this was back from 1880 to early 1900s. I can tell you exactly. I just have to look at my little cheat sheet. Haven't had one of them in a while, but this one's just a small one. So from 1880 to 1906. And now 26 years it was here. And for a while, Edward Morel only had that there for his guests and their children to enjoy. Eventually, he opened it up for the public. And 1906, it stopped. Eventually, it was torn down. And I can't help but think that somewhere in here, even if it's a little piece of concrete, there's some evidence of there being something here. And I gotta find it. Okay, now we're on the other side of the fence. And I do recall the one time I did get back here, it was behind the bar here. So somewhere here, there's a way for me to get down. And I have snips in my pocket. I was gonna get a machete from Home Depot. Yeah, I'm not going down that way. I was gonna get a machete from Home Depot just for this video and for future videos when I needed to get rid of brush. But the machetes they had were monstrous. I would have surely been stopped somewhere carrying something like that. Little trail going off this way. So if I come across really thick brush, there's not much I can do unless I can find a stick to bushwhack it. But if it's just little stuff that's in my way, I can take care of it. Maybe, because going this way right now is not an option. I could have kept going around the outside of the fence for the SEPTA place, but I don't know that I saw any trails there. I wasn't paying attention to that. Lack of observational skills because I was too busy talking. So we'll go down here and see. almost fell, and see if I can get through this way. As I said, I was here some time ago and I tried to make a video, emphasis on the word try, but I got frustrated because I couldn't get any further, so I wound up not finishing the video and erasing it. And if I could just get by this bush. You know, I love bending down. And look, thorns. I wasn't kidding, this place is riddled with them. But, to my knowledge, and best I could find online, it looks like I could have come down an easier way. Yeah. To the best of my knowledge and the research I did online about this place multiple times, there's never been anything else here. And so anything that we find, I mean, right now we're super close to where the SEPTA buses are. So any concrete we find right here might be part of the old structures that were here when this was just for the 66 turnaround. I'm not sure, but I do see some concrete here and some asphalt. Again, we are super close to that, so I can't necessarily count that as possibly being part of Torresdale Park. There's more right there. Another one here. And if you see, they have stones in, like some small, some large stones mixed in with the concrete. In my travels of doing different adventures here and there, I have found that with the older concrete is when they were mixing in those rocks. Much like, say, over at Sorobia in the Chamonix State Park. A lot of the concrete that they used there had river rocks mixed in it. Just, I guess, to keep costs down on the cement itself. Not that it's that expensive. And it looks like somebody's been staying over here. In fact, that might be somebody's makeshift house there. God, I hate when I come across this because I get so conflicted. You never know what they're going to have in their hands. Well, in the name of adventure. Trying to see if there's an alternate route around, because this is a full-on tent here. And I really don't want to disturb anybody. I know that there has been an uptick of homeless around this area. There's even a guy that's living right at Millbrook and Woodhaven, as if you were coming off of 95 and going up Woodhaven towards Franklin Mills, on the left side on that grassy part. I think there was a woman there at one point, and now it's a guy. So I'm gonna scout around here a little bit and see if there's an alternate route, because, as I said, I really don't want to disturb anybody. You know, it figures. One time I come here and it's impassable because of brush, and now impassable because, I mean, you don't know. A person could have a sword or something, you know, or a gun. I don't know. I don't want to find out the hard way either. So let me scout around a little here, see if there's another trail that goes off somewhere. there's really no other trail. But now, even though you can hear the buses in the distance, I'm a decent distance from those buildings, from the bar, from the SEPTA turnaround, and here's a rather large piece of concrete. So this could potentially have been part of Torresdale Park. And you may be asking yourself, well, if there was a park, what happened to all the rides? Well, those rides were donated to Willow Grove Park, which was also a theme park. Right now, Willow Grove Park is Willow Grove Mall. So when you're in there, and I haven't been in Willow Grove Mall in a long time, but when you're in there and you see pieces of an old carousel, the horses and stuff hanging from the ceilings, if they're still there, that was like the original merry-go-round carousel that was at Willow Grove Park. So, little interesting tidbit of history there. Alright, so I decided to very stealthily sneak by that tent, and I don't think anybody was in there, but as I said, you know, you never know. He could have a weapon in there, or she could have a weapon in there, and I don't want to find out the hard way. So I just snuck on by. So now we're deeper into the woods, further away from the SEPTA place. I did see, I don't know if you could see it through the trees up there, I believe that's the bar. And we're going right along the creek. Also keeping in mind, in 1880, in the beginning of the 1900s, a lot of these homes here that are here now were not here then. A lot of this was woods. Now look, but that could have come down from up there. I mean, that bar has had many different names. I think it was called the City Line Tavern at one time because it's right on the line of the city and Ben Salem. I am getting covered in spider webs right now. But look, more concrete. I mean, we may already be justified. I may have already found pieces of what used to be Torresdale Park. There's more there. Weird bird sounds around me. But I know when I've been here before, I did not get this deep into the woods. So now this is the same woods that I was in the beginning of the video, over by the chimney. And it's just, you know, there's no passing between the two of them. Now obviously I cannot go that way. So maybe it looks flat up there. Maybe if I get up there, there's a path that keeps going, or what used to be a path. See if there's a way over here, because the hill looks a lot less steep. And right now I'm up to my knees in weeds, and there I'd be over my waist. So I may have to shimmy up this down tree to get up there. Probably only to find that I can't pass up there either, but we'll see. Whew. The hill is steep. More concrete. There's another down tree. Man, that looks like a big chunk of concrete there too. And there's a big, almost dug out area, but it looks like maybe nature may have done that. Still never found a stick. So I got to do all this by hand and then severely wash up when I get home. Ow, that's a big piece of concrete too. And also just a note, when you see these vines growing on trees, and I may have mentioned this before, don't grab them. That is mature poison ivy. And I think this right here is poison ivy as well. I don't really see anything of interest in there. We can move forward a little bit here. Not a lot. Might get a better look from here. More poison ivy. Leaves of 3. Yeah, there's not much here. And then it looks like I could go there, but then it goes straight up. Well, I don't know. It appears we're at an impasse once again. But I got a lot further in this time, and there is concrete around. So I can feel somewhat justified that chances are that I have found some evidence that there was something back here. And as I said from the research that I had found online, that there was never anything else here other than Torresdale Park. Now I have to see if there's any way to get further. I'm sure that this is what is that, Hagerman Street? I think that's what it's called. And this is probably, like, if you go up here and make a left and go down there, that's where I was as far as parking on the street. So I am parked on Hagerman. So maybe if I walk just from where I'm parked up, maybe I'll find another inlet past this obstruction. I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, so hidden from when you're driving by, there's a little thing. It's almost down to where I was parked to go to the chimney. And there is, off this way, there's a little trail there. So I figure in a last ditch effort, we'll try going down there. And I mean, they keep this mowed, which is cool. But you can't tell from the road because of all that stuff growing up. It just looks, hey look, another piece of concrete. However, there's houses over here, so cannot count that. It's got to be deeper in the woods. I don't know how deep this trail will go, but we shall find out. It's going in the wrong direction, but that doesn't mean it doesn't curl around. And I know the locals that live here have been looking at me as I walk by like, what the heck is this guy doing? I came out of those woods before I got to the tent. Yeah, I kind of chickened out a little, because I don't know if somebody was in there or not, but I could smell the body odor, so I knew someone has been there recently. And there was clothes hanging all over the place, so I'm sure that that is somebody's dwelling. It's not looking like it goes much further than this. Well, we tried, right? So maybe this will be a revisit come winter time. I'm sure that whoever is living there is not going to be there in the winter because it'd be pretty damn cold, and things might be a little more open to scout around in here on both sides of the creek. But you can even see, maybe you can, maybe you can't, through the leaves there's a building on the other side of the creek there, which is what I was saying. There's multiple buildings there, so I don't know how much we're going to find there, or if there's even trails back there. It doesn't appear that there are trails from this side, but you never know. So anyway, you know, not a 100% successful adventure, but was still fun, and I hope you had fun, as I hope you have fun with watching all my videos. That's the whole reason I make it, is so that others can enjoy them. I can go on these walks all by myself and I don't need to document it, but I do because I've gotten such a positive response from everybody. And at this point, last time I checked, I was at 920 subscribers. 920, holy crap. That is awesome. That means I'm just 80 away from my goal of 1,000. And I got to plan something special for that 1,000 subscriber. I don't know, maybe I'll do a giveaway. Maybe I'll do a special video in a really, really cool place. Maybe I'll do both. I don't know. I can't say as of right now, but something will be done. And I want to thank you for coming along with me. And if you stayed with the video this far, that means you are awesome. You are one of the few people that actually watch my videos to the end. And I want to say thank you for that too. Of course, you could have just fast forwarded through the video and just got to this part. I don't know. But anyway, if this is your first time here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. After doing so, make sure that you hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified as soon as I make new videos, which they've been coming out at least once a week. I did miss a few days, 1 week, but still, I got it done. And we went to go see Dinosaur Lake, and that was fun. Seeing how overgrown it was really confusing being there, I can tell you that. And you know, I'm gonna have a lot of really cool, fun places planned for during my off season. I work until the first week of this November, and then I'll be off for a few months. So I'll be able to go around and check some stuff out. And yeah. So anyway, yeah. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you give this video, I can talk, I swear to God. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and I guess I'm out of here. So I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.